Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that really tries to cut through all the noise out there.
Get to the heart of things.
Exactly. Deliver those clear insights, maybe some surprising facts you didn't even know you were missing.
Yeah.
And today, we are plunging into something huge. I mean, it's absolutely swept across the United States, really changing the whole wellness landscape.
You talking about yoga?
Yoga, absolutely. It's not just, some niche thing anymore. We're talking over 37 million people in the U.S. alone rolling out their mats.
Wow.
And that number, it's surged like a staggering 63.8% increase in just the last decade.
That's incredible growth.
Isn't it? It just shows yoga has totally blossomed into this widespread movement. People are using it for physical well-being, mental well-being. It really speaks to its staying power.
It really does. It's fascinating, isn't it? Seeing how this ancient Indian discipline, thousands of years old.
Right.
How it's just so seamlessly integrated into our modern search for wellness, offering these really deep benefits for both mind and body.
And it's got global recognition, too.
Huge recognition. You've got organizations like the UN, the World Health Organization. They formally recognize yoga. They see it as a holistic approach, a traditional therapeutic system.
So not just exercise.
Not just exercise at all. They're pushing for its wider use for community well-being. But, with this huge popularity, this explosion, a question keeps coming up.
Which is?
Well, what about all the different styles? Specifically, that difference between traditional yoga and its hotter counterpart, hot yoga.
Ah, yes. The heat. That's exactly the core of our mission today. We're here to unpack the latest research we could find, pinpoint the unique benefits of each style.
See what shakes out?
Exactly. And help you, our listener, figure out which style might actually offer what you're looking for. Or, maybe see if one really wins over the other in certain ways.
Or they just offer different things.
Right. Consider this your shortcut, basically. Get well-informed on this super popular trend. We've got some surprising facts, some insights, hopefully a few aha moments for you.
Let's do it.
Let's dive in.
The enduring benefits of traditional yoga.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Traditional yoga. When we say yoga, it's often like this big umbrella term, isn't it?
It covers a lot, yeah. A whole spiritual, mental, and physical discipline.
But at its core, it's this incredibly rich traditional Indian practice. Goes back millennia.
Millennia. And it's not just about bending into pretzels, right?
Definitely not. It's a whole system designed to nurture both your mind and your body. It's truly holistic, physical, mental, even spiritual.
That's such a key point. Its roots are all about cultivating inner peace, building resilience, finding a deeper connection to yourself.
Which feels pretty relevant today.
Hugely relevant.
Yeah.
In our, often chaotic, fast-paced world, yoga is seen as giving you the tools, things like strength, self-awareness, self-control, to actually face life's challenges.
That makes sense why it's stuck around. It's more than just a workout.
Much more. It's almost a way of being for many people.
And, okay, let's talk about what it does physically. Because the physical benefits are so well known, right? They're almost synonymous with yoga.
Absolutely. You've got those really tangible gains, improved flexibility, obviously, better overall fitness, noticeable muscle toning, much better posture.
Things you can actually see and feel.
Definitely. Those are the benefits most people think of first. And yeah, for good reason. Yoga delivers on those consistently.
But it goes deeper than that, doesn't it? Beyond just looking good or basic fitness.
Oh, absolutely. Research consistently shows traditional yoga significantly boosts what we call functional fitness.
Functional fitness. What does that mean exactly?
It's not just about how much you can lift. It's about how well your body performs in everyday life.
Ah, okay. Like climbing stairs.
Exactly. Or reaching for something high up, maintaining balance while carrying groceries, that kind of thing. There was a controlled study, actually, that found regular yoga practice is as good as strengthening exercises in improving a whole range of these functional measures.
As good as specific strength training.
Wow, yeah. For balance, for instance, they saw improvements in things like left-right leg balance, how people did on a 4-square step test, which is really key for preventing falls, especially as you get older.
Okay.
For strength, it showed up in things like chair stands, arm curls, tangible stuff.
Right.
Flexibility improves, too, measured by things like the back scratch test, sit and reach, better range of motion. And even mobility, things like gait speed, how quickly you can get up and go from a chair, saw significant improvements. Basically, it makes daily life feel easier.
That's incredibly powerful. As good as stretching, strengthening exercises, that really reframes it, doesn't it? For anyone maybe intimidated by like a traditional gym setting.
It offers a really effective alternative, absolutely.
Hmm.
And the physical benefits don't even stop there. Regular yoga can also seriously improve your aerobic capacity, your endurance.
Aerobic capacity.
From yoga.
Yeah. Studies have shown improvements in key lung function, measures things like forced vital capacity, forced expiration volume, peak expiratory flow rate, basically how well your lungs work.
Okay.
Plus, there's evidence for improvement in maximal oxygen consumption VO2 max. That's like the gold standard measure of cardiovascular fitness.
So it's really giving your whole respiratory system, your circulatory system, a boost, not just the muscles.
Exactly. It's a comprehensive workout in that sense, too.
All right. Moving beyond the purely physical, this is where yoga gets really interesting for a lot of people. The mental and emotional impacts.
Profound impacts. It's not just, managing stress. It actively cultivates mental clarity, a deeper sense of calm.
How does it do that? Physiologically.
Well, the practice leads to the activation of the parasympathetic system and its associated anti-stress mechanism.
Okay, break that down. Parasympathetic system.
Think of your nervous system having two main modes, right? You've
Fine.
got fight or flight, the stress response, always on high alert in modern life.
Check. Definitely feel that one.
And then you've got rest and digest. Yoga actively helps you shift gears into that rest and digest mode. It calms your body, calms your mind, directly counters the physical effects of chronic stress.
That's a huge physiological shift. But what about like the more direct emotional stuff? How does it help with things like depression or anxiety, which so many people deal with?
It works on a few different levels there. Physically, the movement and the focus on breath can stimulate the release of those feel-good endorphins.
The body's natural mood boosters.
Exactly. Your brain's own chemicals that literally make you feel better.
Yeah.
But it's not just chemical. The focus you need on the mat, concentrating on your breath, your posture.
Right, you can't really be worrying about emails when you're trying to balance on one foot.
Precisely. It consciously takes your mind off worries. That intentional focus helps break those cycles of negative, ruminating thoughts that often fuel depression and anxiety. It's like a healthy mental break, giving you space to reset.
A tool for mental resilience then. And does it have benefits beyond just the individual, like socially, emotionally?
Absolutely. As you progress in your practice, maybe master a pose you found difficult, it builds self-confidence. And that can ripple out into other areas of your life.
Makes sense.
It can also foster positive social interaction. Even just a simple smile exchanged in class can boost your mood, make you feel more connected.
A sense of community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, it serves as a really powerful, healthy coping strategy. Instead of turning to unhealthy things like, say, alcohol or just avoiding problems, yoga offers a positive, constructive way to manage life's stresses.
Okay, strengthening the body, soothing the mind. And then there's this really fascinating impact on brain health you mentioned earlier, something about BDNF.
Right. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. It sounds complex, but basically, it's a key protein for the health and growth of your brain cells.
Okay. Why is that important here?
What's critical is that BDNF levels are often found to be reduced in conditions like depression and schizophrenia. So the finding that yoga practice can actually increase BDNF, that's huge. It suggests yoga might have real therapeutic potential for these populations. It's a really compelling finding for mental health, treatment, and prevention.
That's amazing. And speaking of surprising health applications, yoga's moving beyond just general wellness, isn't it, into preventative medicine?
Absolutely. There's some compelling recent research, really groundbreaking stuff, suggesting that regular yoga practice could significantly cut the risk of type 2 diabetes by as much as 40%.
20% in people already predisposed.
Exactly, in individuals already at high risk. Think about that. Type 2 diabetes is this massive public health challenge, often needs lifelong management.
And yoga could potentially prevent it in nearly half of those at risk.
That's what this research suggests. It's one of the first studies to scientifically document prevention, not just management. It's not just surprising, it could be transformative for how we approach preventative health. A simple, accessible tool with enormous potential.
A 40% reduction, that is a game changer. Just incredible. And it's not the only area where yoga is showing clinical promise, right?
Not at all. It's shown benefits, or at least potential benefits, in managing things like chronic low back pain, a huge issue for many people.
Definitely.
Also, alleviating cancer-related fatigue.
Yeah.
Even improving conditions like osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. It really highlights yoga's versatility as a therapeutic tool, way beyond what many people first think.
So when we talk traditional yoga, we've established it's not just one thing, it's this big umbrella.
Exactly. It's a blanket term covering a huge, diverse landscape of styles, each with its own focus, its own pace, its own intensity. And that diversity is why it appeals to so many different people.
Right, so you have styles like hatha yoga. That's often what people encounter first, maybe in a gym class.
Often, yes.
Yes.
Hatha is kind of the foundational style for many modern practices. The word itself, hatha, breaks down ha meaning sun, active energy, and tha meaning moon, cooler energy.
Ah, balancing energies?
Precisely. The goal isn't just the physical poses, but to bring those opposing forces within you into balance. Create inner peace, a deeper connection. It's generally slower, more deliberate, gives you time to feel things.
Okay. Then you've got vinyasa. That sounds more active.
Much more active. Vinyasa is often called flow yoga. It's athletic, dynamic. You link movements smoothly with your breath, creating this continuous, almost dance-like flow between poses.
So more of a workout then.
Definitely gets your heart rate up. It's known for a higher calorie burn compared to slower styles. Great for people who like a vigorous practice.
And Iyengar, that one sounds very precise.
Extremely precise. Iyengar yoga is all about meticulous alignment in the poses. You'll often see lots of props use blocks, straps, bolsters.
To help you get into the pose correctly.
Exactly, to achieve and hold the poses with anatomical integrity, sometimes for quite a while. It's fantastic for building strength, stability, and really understanding the mechanics of each posture. Great if you're working with injuries, too.
Okay. And then something completely different, like yin yoga.
Right. Yin is sort of the opposite end of the intensity spectrum from, say, power yoga. It's very slow-paced, meditative.
How slow?
You hold seated or reclined poses for long periods, like 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes even longer.
Wow. What's the goal there?
Instead of targeting muscles, the aim is to gently stress the deeper connective tissues, ligaments, joints, fascia. It's amazing for increasing flexibility over time and really cultivating mental stillness.
And power yoga, that sounds intense.
It is. It's a descendant of Ashtanga yoga. Vigorous, fitness-based, often includes cardio elements, builds strength, flexibility, stamina. Definitely a workout.
So this huge diversity means there really is a traditional yoga style for almost anyone.
Pretty much. From someone seeking gentle calm to a serious athlete looking for a challenge.
And because of that diversity, the calorie burn must vary a lot too. People sometimes think yoga doesn't burn many calories.
That's a common misconception, but it really depends on the style. A gentler hatha class might burn, say, 160 to 215 calories an hour, roughly. Depends on your body weight, gender, effort.
Okay, moderate.
But a dynamic, flowing vinyasa class, that can be surprisingly high. We're talking anywhere from maybe 515 to nearly 675 calories in an hour.
Whoa, that's significant. That's like a solid run or bike ride for some people.
Exactly. It absolutely proves that yoga can be a serious workout, definitely capable of supporting weight management and cardiovascular health, depending on the style you choose.
Turning up the heat, diving into hot yoga.
Okay, so we've got a really solid grounding in traditional yoga now. Its history, its range, the incredible benefits. But now let's talk about its fiery cousin, the one that's literally heating up the wellness scene.
Hot yoga.
Hot yoga. What exactly are we talking about here besides just being hot?
Well, it's pretty much what it says on the tin, but with specific conditions. You're doing yoga, but in a room heated way above normal room temperature.
How hot are we talking?
Typically, the range is somewhere between 85 and 105 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 27 to 40 degrees Celsius. And often, the humidity is cranked up, too, to intensify the feeling.
Okay, so it's intentionally designed to be challenging because of the heat.
Absolutely. It challenges your body in a different way than room temperature yoga.
And we should probably clarify something here. People often use hot yoga and Bikram yoga interchangeably. Are they the same thing?
Good point. No, not exactly. Hot yoga is the general term for any yoga done in a heated room. Bikram yoga is a very specific, trademarked style. Bikram is always practiced at exactly 105 degrees Fahrenheit, 40% humidity. And it's a fixed sequence, always the same, 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises done over 90 minutes.
Always 90 minutes. That's long.
It's demanding. Many hot yoga studios today offer lots of different styles in the heat, not just Bikram. But that heated environment is the defining feature.
And it's interesting, you don't even have to go to a studio for it, right? You could technically do it at home.
You could. If you have a way to safely heat a space, sure. The advantage there is you can adjust the temperature. Maybe start lower, see how your body reacts, gives you more control than a studio might.
Okay, so why? What's the appeal? Why are people flocking to these super hot rooms?
Well, the reasons people give are pretty consistent. There's definitely the perception of increased intensity, a harder workout.
Makes sense. You're working harder just to stay cool.
Right. Then there's this very strong belief about enhanced detoxification through all that sweating.
The sweat it all out idea.
Exactly. And also the feeling that the warmth helps your muscles warm up faster and deeper, maybe allowing for bigger stretches.
Okay, let's dig into those claims. Calorie burning, that's a big one for exercise motivation. Is it really higher in hot yoga?
The claims are definitely substantial. Estimates you see range pretty widely, maybe 300 to 750 calories per hour. Depends on you, your effort, the intensity of the class.
And Bikram being 90 minutes.
For a tough 90-minute Bikram session, yeah, some estimates go up to 800, maybe even 1,000 calories for some individuals.
Wow, that's a serious burn.
It positions hot yoga as this full body workout targeting every major muscle group and your metabolism. That's very appealing if calorie expenditure is a main goal. The heat forces your body to work harder, just regulating its temperature, adding to the burn.
Okay. And flexibility. Does the heat actually make you more flexible, or does it just feel like it?
Well, the common belief, and what many practitioners report, is that the heat really does help. The idea is it warms up muscles, tendons, ligaments, improves blood flow.
Makes tissues more pliable.
That's the theory, that it enhances elasticity, increases range of motion in joints, allowing for deeper, maybe safer stretches than you could achieve cold. People often feel much more flexible in the heat.
Right. And the detox thing. I hear that all the time about hot yoga, sweating out toxins. Is that real?
It's a hugely popular belief, and that feeling of being cleansed after sweating so much is definitely a powerful part of the experience for many.
But physiologically.
Well, look, our main detox organs are the liver and kidneys, right? They do the heavy lifting. But the sources we looked at do confirm that heavy sweating can help eliminate certain things, some toxins, some heavy metals from the body.
So there is something to it.
There seems to be a physiological basis, yeah, even if it's not the body's primary detox pathway. That intense sweating does facilitate excretion of some compounds, and that idea of a natural detox is a massive draw.
Okay. Beyond calories, flexibility, detox, any other physical boosts the heat might offer?
Yeah, a couple of potentially significant ones. The heat inherently challenges your endurance, right? And it definitely elevates your heart rate more than room temp yoga.
It's a better cardio workout.
Potentially, yes. It contributes directly to improved cardiovascular fitness. Some specific research suggests hot yoga might enhance plasma volume, improve overall cardiovascular performance. So a direct training effect on the heart and circulation.
Interesting. Anything else surprising?
There's also some research, maybe less conclusive, but intriguing, indicating a potential benefit for building bone density.
Bone density.
Yeah.
From yoga. That's unexpected.
It is, but if true, that's a significant long-term health advantage, especially for preventing osteoporosis.
Definitely. And you mentioned something about cellular thermotolerance. What's that about?
Ah, yeah. This gets into deeper physiology, right down at the cell level. Practicing hot yoga seems to trigger an increase in something called heat shock protein 70, HSP70.
Heat shock protein. Sounds like a defense mechanism.
That's basically what it is. Think of it as a tiny bodyguard inside your cells. HSP70 helps your cells cope with stress, especially heat stress, protecting them from damage. It's key for cellular thermotolerance handling heat.
Okay. Why does that matter beyond just surviving a hot yoga class?
What's really compelling is the connection to disease. When HSP70 levels are low, scientists see links to the progression of serious neurodegenerative diseases, things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. So the fact that hot yoga might boost this protective protein and suggests it could be strengthening your cellular defenses, not just against heat, but maybe contributing to longer-term brain health, overall cellular resilience, a fascinating potential benefit.
A cellular tune-up, potentially.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, what about the mental and emotional side of hot yoga? Does the intensity amplify things compared to traditional yoga?
Anecdotally, absolutely. Many practitioners report the same core benefits: easing depression, reducing stress, boosting mental clarity. But the sheer intensity, the physical challenge of the heat,
Leads to a bigger release.
it seems like it for some people. Pushing through that challenge can lead to this profound feeling of accomplishment, maybe catharsis. People describe feeling light as a feather, afterwards energized yet deeply relaxed. Some even find it almost addictive.
That post-workout high amplified.
Potentially, yeah. Suggesting a really strong mental and emotional component, perhaps intensified by the unique physical demands of the heat.
The science impact, a head-to-head comparison.
Okay, so we've got the rundown on both. Traditional yoga, rooted in millennia, offering flexibility, strength, calm. Hot yoga, turning up the intensity, promising bigger calorie burn, deeper stretches, detox. Now let's get clinical. What does the science say when you put them head to head?
Right, this is where it gets really interesting, looking at comparative studies. And one key area where a difference really popped out was cardiovascular fitness, specifically VO2 max.
VO2 max, that measure of how efficiently your body uses oxygen during exercise.
Exactly, a really important marker of aerobic health. One controlled study looked at this directly. They had one group do hot yoga, HY, another do normal temperature yoga, NY.
Same yoga, just different temperatures.
Essentially, yes. And after 12 sessions 3 times a week for 4 weeks, the hot yoga group showed a significant improvement in their VO2 max.
Okay. And the normal temp group.
The normal temperature yoga group did not show that same measurable improvement in VO2 max over that same time frame.
Huh. So the heat did make a specific difference there. That's fascinating. Because didn't earlier research suggest just sitting in a sauna could improve heart health?
Yeah, there was that idea. And the researchers here initially thought maybe hot yoga would show greater vascular benefits overall compared to regular yoga. It didn't necessarily show up across all vascular measures in the study, but it did for VO2 max specifically.
So the heat provided a unique stimulus just for that aspect of cardio fitness.
That's what this particular study suggests. It implies hot yoga might offer a specific physiological kick for aerobic capacity that room temperature yoga, at least in this format, didn't.
What's the implication of that? Who might benefit most?
Well, it could be really significant for certain clinical populations. Think about people who maybe can't tolerate traditional high-intensity exercise, maybe due to obesity, COPD, stable heart conditions.
Right.
For them, hot yoga might offer an alternative way to improve their cardiorespiratory fitness, if they can tolerate the heat safely, of course. It opens up another potential avenue.
Okay, interesting. What about brain health? That BDNF protein we talked about, the brain booster, was that also higher only in the hot yoga group?
Surprisingly, no. Here, the study found that serum BDNF, the levels in the blood, increased significantly in both groups.
Both hot and normal temperature.
Yes, when they combined the data from both groups, there was a clear increase. This suggests that boosting BDNF is likely a general benefit of doing yoga, and it appeared to not be temperature dependent.
That's great news, really.
It is. It means for improving this key factor for brain health, mood regulation. Both forms of yoga seem to offer that benefit. More options, more accessibility for people who might need it.
Okay. Now, stress. This one seems tricky. We hear constantly that yoga reduces stress. But what did the head-to-head study find?
This is where we hit a nuance that needs careful explaining. We absolutely know, anecdotally and from lots of other evidence, that people feel less stressed doing yoga, both kinds.
Right. It's like the reason many people start.
Exactly. But this specific comparative study found that neither HY nor NY alters plasma ACTH. That's a key stress hormone, perceived stress, or heat tolerance.
Wait, it didn't alter perceived stress. That sounds contradictory.
It does at first glance, but here's the key context the researchers noted. The participants in both groups started the study already scoring in the low perceived stress range.
So they weren't highly stressed to begin with.
Precisely. And their scores stayed in that low range throughout the 4 weeks. So there wasn't a statistically significant change or reduction from that already low baseline.
So it's not saying yoga isn't a stress reliever. It's just that this study didn't capture a reduction because the participants were already doing pretty well stress-wise.
Exactly that. It highlights the difference between the very real felt experience of stress relief for many and what a specific clinical trial measures, especially with a low-stress starting group. So yes, yoga is still widely recommended and experienced as beneficial for stress.
Got it. Okay, what about those cellular adaptations? That heat shock protein 70, the cell protector, was that different between groups?
Yes, here there was a clear distinction linked to heat. The study found higher expression of HSP70 in the HY group only.
Only in the hot yoga group.
Correct. Which reinforces the idea that the heat itself is providing a unique cellular stimulus.
And remind us why that HSP70 increase is potentially important.
Because it's vital for helping cells handle stress, particularly heat. And clinically, reduced levels of HSP70 are linked to the progression of neurodegenerative diseases. So, boosting it via hot yoga might potentially promote cellular resilience, maybe even offer some long-term protective benefits in certain contexts.
Interesting. Okay, 2 more quick comparisons. Heat acclimation. Did doing hot yoga for 4 weeks make people handle heat better in general?
You'd think it might, right? But surprisingly, no. The study found no evidence of heat acclimation observed in either group. Neither practice altered how participants performed on a separate heat tolerance test over the 4 weeks.
Huh. So the adaptation seems specific to the session itself, maybe. Not a general effect, at least not in that time frame.
That seems to be what the data suggests, yeah. An unexpected finding.
And lastly, back to the detox debate. Did the science sources directly support the sweating out toxins idea for hot yoga?
One of the sources we reviewed did state that heavy sweating can help eliminate certain toxins and heavy metals.
So there's some scientific backing for that popular claim.
There appears to be, yes. It connects back to that feeling of cleansing people report. And it's clearly a contributing factor to why people are drawn to the practice.
Navigating the heat risks and safety for hot yoga?
Okay, so we've seen hot yoga has some potentially unique benefits that VO2 max boost the HSP70 increase. But obviously, exercising intensely in 105-degree heat isn't without risks. We absolutely need to talk safety.
Crucial. Absolutely crucial. Before anyone jumps into hot yoga, understanding the risks and how to mitigate them is paramount.
Let's start with how the body even handles that kind of heat. Thermoregulation, right?
Exactly. Your body is constantly working to maintain its core temperature, right around 98.6 Fahrenheit, 37 Celsius. It's this delicate balancing act between the heat you generate internally, especially during exercise, and the heat you lose to the environment.
How does it adapt when you're working out in the heat?
Your cardiovascular system kicks into high gear, your heart rate goes up, the amount of blood pumped with each beat stroke volume increases. This is all to shuttle heat from your core out to your skin.
Where you can sweat it off.
Right. Sweating is your primary cooling mechanism. Evaporation of sweat cools the skin surface. But in a hot, humid room, evaporation is less efficient.
Making it harder to cool down.
Oh.
Okay. When does it get dangerous? What are the warning signs?
This is where it gets serious. If your core body temperature climbs above about 103 to 104 Fahrenheit, 3940 C, your central nervous system can start to become impaired.
What does that mean?
It means the body's control center struggles. It can't effectively tell the blood vessels and sweat glands what to do to lose heat. The whole cooling system starts to fail.
And if it keeps rising?
If your core temp hits 106 Fahrenheit, 41 C, that is a critical medical emergency. It requires immediate medical help to prevent severe organ damage, even death. Understanding the stages of heat illness is vital.
Okay, let's break those down. Heat exhaustion, that's the most common one.
It is. It happens when you lose too much fluid through sweat, your blood plasma volume drops, and your heart struggles to keep up pumping blood effectively.
What are the symptoms of heat exhaustion?
You might feel dizzy, weak, have a headache, maybe nausea. Your pulse might be weak but rapid. Your blood pressure might drop when you stand up. Sweating is usually heavy but can sometimes decrease.
What should you do if you feel like that?
Get out of the heat immediately. Lie down in a cool place. And rehydrate aggressively. Water is good, but an electrolyte solution, maybe with a little salt, like 0.1% ACL, is even better to replace lost salts. Ignoring it can lead to worse problems.
Like heat stroke, that sounds much worse.
It is. Heat stroke is the most dangerous, and it's a true medical emergency. Call 911 or your local equivalent immediately. It happens when the core temp hits that 103, 104F mark, and the body's cooling mechanisms just fail.
Because the nervous system is impaired.
Right. A key sign is that sweating often stops, the skin becomes hot and dry, internal organs can start getting damaged quickly.
What are the mental signs?
Severe disorientation, confusion, really impaired thinking, possibly loss of consciousness. It requires immediate emergency medical intervention. Cooling the person down rapidly is critical.
Scary stuff. What about heat cramps? Are they related?
They're less dangerous, but still a sign of trouble. They're those painful, involuntary muscle spasms, often in the abdomen, arms, or legs, during or after intense activity in the heat.
What causes them?
Believed to be caused by imbalances in body fluids and electrolytes, especially sodium, lost through heavy sweating. It's a sign you need to stop, cool down, and rehydrate, paying attention to electrolytes.
Okay, so clearly prevention is key. Hydration, hydration, hydration. What are the absolute must-dos?
You have to be proactive. Don't wait until you're thirsty. For just normal daily life, aim for maybe 8 to 10 glasses of water.
But before hot yoga?
Definitely pre-hydrate. Drink at least 16 ounces, maybe half a liter, of water or non-caffeinated fluid about 2 hours before class.
And during class?
Drink frequently, drink early, sip water or an electrolyte drink throughout. The goal is to try and replace fluids at roughly the rate you're sweating them out, maybe up to 20, 40 ounces per hour maximum, depending on the person and intensity.
Then afterwards.
Keep drinking. A good tip is to weigh yourself before and after class. For every pound you've lost, that's about 16 ounces of fluid you need to replace. Drink until you're back to your starting weight.
That's a practical tip. What about clothing and gear for hot yoga?
Wear as little as possible while being comfortable, essentially. Lightweight, breathable, moisture-wicking fabrics are essential. Things designed for sweat.
Like synthetics?
Often, yes. Many men go shirtless. Women often wear sports bras and shorts or leggings. Cotton is usually a bad idea. It just gets heavy and waterlogged.
And bring gear.
Absolutely essential. A full-length towel to put over your mat. Your mat will get dangerously slippery.
Good point.
A small towel for your face and hands is also key. Some people use special grippy yoga gloves and socks, and definitely a large insulated water bottle with cold water or electrolytes.
Okay. Are there people who should just avoid hot yoga or be extra cautious?
Contraindications. Yes, definitely. This is really important. Pregnant women, for instance, should generally avoid it or get explicit clearance from their doctor. The risks of overheating, exhaustion, potential fainting due to blood pressure changes, and injury from relaxed ligaments are just too high.
Makes sense.
Who else? Anyone with heart problems, artery issues, uncontrolled diabetes, especially if medication affects blood sugar or hydration, anorexia nervosa, a history of fainting, or known heat intolerance needs to consult their doctor first. It could be dangerous.
Any other conditions?
The heat can also significantly aggravate asthma for some people.
And there was that Ayurvedic perspective, too, about pitta types.
Right. From an Ayurvedic viewpoint, people with a dominant pitta constitution, naturally fiery, intense, might find adding more heat through exercise is actually harmful. It could potentially lead to imbalance, showing up as things like irritability, burnout, inflammation, skin problems. So even traditional systems advise caution for certain body types.
So the bottom line is really listen to your body.
Absolutely critical. And know the difference between discomfort, the feeling of a muscle stretching, and sharp pain.
Sharp pain means stop.
Immediately. Back off. Modify. Maybe skip the pose. Less is more is a great yoga mantra, especially in the heat. Start slow. Build up gradually. Don't push through pain.
What about other warning signs during class?
Watch out for dizziness, feeling lightheaded, nausea, or if you suddenly feel like you can't take a deep breath. If any of those happen, don't be a hero. Sit down, lie down, leave the room if you need to. Your safety comes first.
And we should probably briefly mention the controversies surrounding Bikram yoga specifically. It's part of the context.
Yes, it is important context. Bikram Choudhury, the founder, faced numerous very serious allegations of sexual harassment and assault, which led to lawsuits and gained wide attention.
Right, there was a documentary.
Exactly. Because of this, many studios have moved away from the Bikram name and specific franchise. Even if they still offer hot yoga, it's just part of the history and landscape of the practice now.
Choosing your path, which yoga is right for you.
All right. We have covered a ton of ground. Ancient roots, modern styles, physical gains, mental calm, the specifics of VO2 max and HSP70, the crucial safety stuff for heat. So after all this, the big question, how do you choose? Which yoga is right for you?
It really boils down to summarizing those trade-offs we discussed and seeing how they line up with your own personal goals, your fitness level, what you enjoy.
Okay, let's recap the core similarities first.
Right. Big picture. Both traditional and hot yoga share those fundamental powerful benefits. They both improve flexibility, build strength, enhance balance. Both contribute massively to mental well-being, reducing stress, helping emotional regulation.
That mind-body connection, the breath focus, that's in both.
Absolutely. That core is there regardless of temperature. So either path is a valuable way to pursue holistic health.
But then the differences. Hot yoga clearly offers that potentially higher calorie burn.
Yes, due to the extra work your body does in the heat.
Hmm.
And it showed those unique physiological adaptations in that one study, the HSP70 increase, the specific VO2 max improvement.
Plus, the sheer intensity. It's an exhilarating workout for many.
Definitely. That heat adds a layer of challenge that some people thrive on.
Okay, contrasted with regular yoga.
Regular yoga's big advantages are accessibility and lower risk. It's suitable for almost everyone, allows for gradual progression, and, critically, you don't have the same level of risk for heat-related illness.
And you can focus more on the nuances.
Exactly. Without the intense heat as a factor, you can really focus on precise alignment, mastering techniques, maybe finding a deeper meditative state. That's better for some people, especially beginners or those with injuries.
So how does someone listening right now figure out which camp they might fall into?
Think about what you're really seeking. If you're looking for a new experience, something really different, if you want to maximize calorie burn and flexibility in a challenging environment, if you love an intense and exhilarating workout that pushes your limits,
Then hot yoga might be your
it
thing.
could be a fantastic fit, yeah. It offers that unique blend of intensity and reward.
Okay. And who is traditional yoga maybe better suited for?
Well, if you value being able to practice anywhere, studio, home, outdoors, without needing special heating, if you're just not keen on sweating profusely, or if your main goal is really nailing the alignment, mastering the techniques, cultivating that deep calm without the added stress of heat.
Then one of the many traditional styles, Hatha, Vinyasa, Iyengar, Yin, might be the way to go.
Probably. It offers such a wide range of intensities and focuses within itself.
So maybe the best advice is try both.
Honestly, if you can, yes, experience them firsthand, see how your body feels during class, and just as importantly, how you feel afterwards, hours later, the next day. Which one resonates? Your own experience is the ultimate guide.
And regardless of which one you choose, or even if you mix it up, what's the absolute key to getting the benefit?
Consistency. We really can't stress this enough. The best way to get real lasting benefits from any kind of yoga is maintaining a regular, consistent practice that genuinely supports your health and well-being.
Showing up regularly.
That's the master key, whether it's for mental health, physical strength, flexibility, overall wellness. A consistent practice is what allows your body and mind to adapt and truly reap the rewards over the long term. Dipping in sporadically won't have the same impact.
Makes total sense. Any final piece of advice?
Just a reminder, before starting any new exercise program, especially something as demanding as hot yoga, it's always smart to chat with your doctor or healthcare provider.
Particularly if you have any underlying health conditions.
Absolutely. Or if you're pregnant or just have concerns. They can give you personalized advice, make sure it's safe for you, and help guide you towards the best paths for your individual needs.
Wow. This has been such an illuminating deep dive. We've gone from ancient philosophy to modern physiology, talked stress relief, diabetes prevention, that 40% figure is still mind-blowing brain health with BDNF.
And really drill down into the specifics of hot yoga, the VO2 max, the HSP70, but also the critical safety points about heat illness and hydration.
We've laid out the similarities. Both are powerful tools. And the differences, the intensity, the specific adaptations, the risks. It's clear there isn't one winner.
No, it's about the right fit. The right choice for your body, your goals, your preferences.
So as we wrap up, here's something for you, our listener, to think about as you consider your own path to wellness, whether it involves a yoga mat or not. Knowing that both regular and hot yoga offer these unique routes to health, how might understanding your own body's needs, maybe its inner fire, or perhaps its need for cool balance, for gentle restoration, how might that guide your choice? What's your body telling you it needs right now to find its best balance?
A great question to reflect on.
We really hope this deep dive helps you make an informed, empowered choice on your own wellness journey. Thanks for joining us.